We're going to talk about Werewolf by Night now. I think it's time. You know what it
Yeah.
is? It's showtime.
It's showtime.
Okay.
That was
Alan, you and I both saw Werewolf by Night.
Yes.
This was directed. Did you notice who directed this movie?
Yes, I do know. He was at D23 when they talked about this.
Yes, Michael Giacchino.
Giacchino, yeah.
Giacchino. Michael Giacchino, who has done some. I thought the Batman film score was great. He also did the original 2009 Star Trek. J.J. Abrams. One of the things about that movie that I thought was very good was the score. Thought the score was good. Can't really critique it. He is mainly a film composer, and he directed this. Now, it's not a movie. It's a 50-minute or so little story.
They're proclaiming it as a Halloween special.
Right. And we won't get into spoilers too much, but I'll give you my broad impressions of it, is that I actually really enjoyed this. Mm-hmm. One, I thought Michael Giacchino can direct. That I don't think is a surprise. I thought that the casting was very good. This is hopefully not a spoiler for some of you, but Man-Thing is in it. I used to read Man-Thing comics when I was a kid, and it's a accurate to the comics looking Man-Thing, a little too digital for me. The other thing that struck me that I really love about this, it felt like, because it wasn't like 2 hours, or it felt like an episode of The Twilight Zone. Did you get that vibe, Alan? Like a Twilight Zone or an Outer Limits?
Yeah, Outer Limits, more like Alfred Hitchcock. I don't think there was a message behind it per se.
No.
That you would associate with Twilight Zone.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, there's not some overriding message, and there's nothing particularly woke about it that I observed. I just thought it was a simple horror story. It's not. I'm trying to think. Is it really? I don't think it's R-rated, but it's borderline. Someone gets their arm chopped off. Which is,
yeah, but no blood.
Yeah, but what I liked is it was in black and white. And the way that it opens like an old classic monster movie. The logo at the opening, which I thought was really clever. And it's just a very simple story about monster hunters, and who is the werewolf, right? Who will be revealed to be the werewolf. So a simple story and a simple plot, you don't need to go into much. It's also fairly kind of forgettable. It's just like, oh, that was entertaining. Great. I don't think it's going to launch a franchise, but as an attempt, I would say Michael Giacchino should be directing episodes of the Disney Plus series. I think he's a very competent director. And I like that there wasn't, I mean, did you detect anything particularly woke about it, or there wasn't
other
really
than
anything...
typical, the counterpart to Gail Barnell Gassier. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Being female. I think females do take major roles in this film.
Well, no, it's an ensemble cast. It's not female led. It's just a lot of
his
different
counterparties. Yeah.
Right. So it worked for me. I was mildly entertained. I don't think it's the greatest thing ever, but based on how the bar has been so lowered for anything that comes from Marvel, I was pleasantly surprised. I do like also there's a really interesting new opening that they used. You see like these like superheroes, and it kind of pans down. It's like this sort of underworld of the Marvel universe. We mainly associate the Marvel universe with superheroes. So in black and white, there's this little logo opening of like superheroes like Avengers, and then it's like there's this other darker other world that we don't really know about.
It's the Marvel Monsterverse, basically.
Marvel, yes, this is sort of a dipping their toe into the Marvel Monsterverse. Alan, what did you think of Werewolf by Night?
Yeah, I felt the same way. It was good, not great, and that's the feeling I walked away with. I for some reason, I mean, really, Marvel should be putting out great stuff. This is good. In terms of a Halloween special, I'm not sure that it's one of those must see now every year during Halloween that maybe from what my wife and daughter say Hocus Pocus is, but it's one of the it's just this weird thing where you have to say it, finally something Marvel has put up is good, and that we're not nitpicking it to death with its faults. And so yeah, good going. I enjoyed it, but yeah, it is forgettable. you know, I think, you know, as I think more about it, it was like nothing really stood out as something that really spoke to me. And it was just a nice adventure about a bunch of monster hunters and the monsters they're chasing.
Yeah, it was, and I think your dog agrees.
Yes.
You can hear your dog in the background. Yeah, no. So it's is it worth your time? Sure, check it out if you've sort of gone through everything. But you know, it's not gonna like I say, it's not gonna change. I don't think it's gonna launch a new IP or a new franchise. Maybe they'll do this once a year, you know, like they do the Treehouse of Horror on The Simpsons, which I always enjoy. But it was fine. It was fine. So liked it, didn't love it. Good for streaming.
Mhm.
And the big thing is that like Michael Giacchino can be a director, and I really loved seeing Man Thing. Man Thing felt a little too digital to me, but the black and white kind of fixes that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
There are some sequences in color, but there you go.
I mean, in terms of an homage to the 50s horror, I mean, it's kind of like you almost want it to be of a lower quality to really be an homage to that. Maybe it was a little too upscale. It's a weird way of saying that, but yeah, you know, you kind of want worse acting maybe and worse makeup and costumes in this case.